What's going on, fish keepers all over the world? My name is Chris. You're watching Fish for Thought, your favorite Monday show here every Monday. Episode 329. We've been at it for 329 Mondays. How does that make me feel? Kind of old. How old was I when FTR started as a series? That's insane to think about. Some of you like going back to the first FTR and you tell me in the comments like, you were so different when you started. I know, I probably looked younger, more handsome, had more hair. I mean, I actually have more hair now, just not on my head. What? We best get it started before you click off this video. Fish tank review. New aquascaping technique just dropped. Check it out, folks. Bucephalandra skull update. Skull blown. That is insane. On the left, that skull sitting on top, a beautiful carpet, dressed up in Bucephalandra. Looks like Keta Gang, perhaps some wavy green. Super cool idea. And then just 6 months later, it is fully covered, fully encapsulated by the Buse. Now that's some fast growing Buse in here. You got CO2 up in this? Because my Buse are not trying to replicate like that. They're not trying to grow like that. Unless maybe you added some manually. That's a lot of Buse growth. Now this is so trippy and really, really amazing because it reminds me of that movie. What is that movie called? Or is it not a movie? It's where like there's an anomaly somewhere on Earth and you know, you can't go in, or like if you go in, you start getting messed up. What is that? It's based on a book. There's like 2 or 3 movies, I guess. They start sending scientists and investigative people in, and then some of them turn into plants. Some of them reunite with the Earth in a mysterious way. Spoilers for a movie I can't even name. Comment down below, help me out, y'all. What am I thinking about? I think it starts with like an A or like an N. Anal? That can't be it. Now this is such a cool idea. I don't know how I feel about it though, because even though it's just overgrown and beautiful, you can't really see the skull anymore. Although, is that the point? Is that even more ominous to you, the owner who knows behind that overgrowth is a human skull? Hopefully artificial. I'm not looking for natural here, not in this scape. For once, I want that artificial scape to be artificial. What do you guys think? Is it better covered or is it better bare and you can actually see the skull? This is the first time I've cleaned this thing in like a year. Speaking my language, bro. I think I've cleaned my Fluval canister filter a total of 1 time during his 3 to 4 year use. And yeah, it just looked like the darkest, the blackest of coffees. But the smell, it's like this refined, beautiful, naturey after a stormy rain under the canopy of a beautiful, lush, old growth forest. How did I get here? The kind of stuff that makes you just, all right, chill out, Chris. What are we doing here? It's a dirty canister filter. Come back to earth. If I was Roy Mustang, everything would be on fire right now. I like how there was like just this comedic pause, and then the very next thing is like, yeah, this is plant food. This is a plant buffet right now. The most obvious choice, obviously. That is honestly the best fertilizer you could ever ask for. Do not throw away that water, man. Do not go quietly into the good night. But do be careful because this liquid is potentially filled with pretty high levels of nitrates. And if you keep using this water to water your plants, not just for a fertilization here or there, but every week when you do your water changes or whatever, that could give your plant roots some nitrate burn. I learned that the hard way. It's too much pleasure for your plants, okay? And it's not necessarily a good thing. Me and Kurt feel the same. Too much pleasure is pain. By the way, what you young bloods know about Kurt Cobain? Damn, it's just a toilet. What's so special about it? Wait. There is a sign right there. I broke the toilet. I was sitting on it. Please be polite. And I can't read the entire thing because it's cut off, but I'm really curious. What does that sign say? How did you break the toilet? You're sitting on it and unleashing a world of pain or something? Lactose intolerance, but just had like 2 full gallons of full fat milk. It looks overcrowded, but for cichlid tanks, Malawi cichlids in particular, they need a lot of fish to disperse the aggression levels. Will you be able to poop with this many eyes looking at you? I feel like I would feel a bit self-conscious. Try not to let out that fart, you know? This is TMI. There's people enjoying their breakfast right now, or trying. I would probably find it hard to even pee. Hard to believe this social little guy was too scared to eat just 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that is a snakehead, I believe, one of the dwarf species. It's always a pleasure to see like your new fish, whatever you get, really shy in the tank when it's first introduced, and it just slowly warms up to you. It's so trippy because every time I get new fish, I'm like, oh man, these guys are so shy, they're never going to open up to me. But slowly and slowly, you always just never failing to see the progression of how comfortable they get in your tank, especially a very charismatic fish like the snakehead. Cherno sent in their first Nano cube, and they've stocked the tank with just Rasbora brigitae, a species tank of micro Rasbora, a beautifully planted tank. The plants look lush, the school looks healthy, great numbers, a little hint of hardscape here and there. 4.85 out of 5, keep up the great work. How it started versus how it's going. Okay, so we got the SpongeBob house, but let's not panic just yet because boom, that is what the heck I'm talking about. What an upgrade. And guess what? Now, you can put the SpongeBob house in and whatever you want in. That SpongeBob house, it symbolizes fish abusers and fish abusing behavior, but it's not a forbidden thing in itself. It's not bad per se in itself, but you have to earn the right to use artificial decor. And for a planted tank, naturally planted, really nice stocking, really nice fish tank size, you know exactly what you're doing. Got floaters up top sucking out the excess nutrients. You've earned the right to use goofy ass looking artificial decor. I have nothing against that. Good husbandry, great scape, do whatever the heck you want after that. But you don't start your fish keeping journey abusing fish and using artificial decor. That's what we're up against. Let's get it straight. Goofiness is earned and comes only after incredible competence. If you're not competent and capable, then you're an actual goof. And that applies to every single other aspect in life as well. Thank me later. I'm like Jordan Peterson without the misogyny and red-pilledness. Boxer sent in their 13-gallon cube. They got pea puffers and a shrimp colony. Now, I don't know if he knows. Boxer, bro, your shrimp colony, I hope you got some hiding spots up in there. I hope it started off as a big ass shrimp colony because it's about to get dwindled. Pea puffers, their favorite meal is a shrimp. Invertebrates and pea puffers made in heaven as a buffet. Regardless of that, it is a beautiful tank. You've chosen the perfect plants for a cube. The Vallisneria is my favorite part. You've maintained an open area with little bits of flat rocks, little bits of plantings on the ground. 4.82 out of 5, really nice, keep it up. Surely every fish keeper has one of these. Hell yeah, man, this is one of the most relatable posts out here for a fish keeper. Comment below who's got one of these, or maybe more than one. Let's be honest, I have like 4 downstairs in the storage unit and like 5 back in my parents' home. 1, exactly. What kind of fish keeper only has 1, okay? Ah yes, the box of foregone equipment that perhaps someday will find their purpose. Reminds me of the Island of Misfit toys. Why did it get so sentimental and sad all of a sudden, dude? This box not only enables the addiction, but has actually saved my tanks a couple of times when things have failed. I love keeping the cheap equipment that comes in those aquarium starter kits and using them for project tanks. Both are very true. Keep some extra stuff around to save your fish tank system from crashing if you got some filter or heater malfunction or anything. Tinkering for the next project might not necessarily belong to each other and match, but still make a beautiful tank out of it. Super satisfying. And can I also mention a true hoarder's delight? It's hoarder's heaven out here. Fish keepers are pretty much just another way of saying you're a hoarder, because which fish keeper doesn't have boxes lying around of that? A hoarder's motto is, hey man, I better keep that because like, you know, you never know in the future, like what if this happens? Then I can use that, right? That is fish keeper turned to 10 on that dial, because we really might need that. Although that is spoken like a true hoarder. So DJ Vit Aquatica, what's going on, DJ? Sent in their 10-gallon. They got some rescue disabled pseudomugils, which are blue eyes, which are forktail rainbows. They got a pair of guppies, sparkling gourami, and a little bit of CO2 injection. Now I'm curious, it's a little bit of CO2 injection, but I've heard that inconsistent levels of CO2, which means, you know, it comes on sometimes and then it doesn't later, that actually causes a lot of algae outbreaks. I'm wondering if you are experiencing that sort of thing, because I do see in the bottom right corner there that some of your stem plants at the bottom are being taken over by some sort of algae, I believe. That might be the culprit, the inconsistent CO2 injecting. But I don't know, this is not my tank. Let me know if you do experience that. Nice little scape here. I like the combination of the corkscrew vallis and a broader leaved plant, some sort of a Nubius perhaps. For now, a 4 out of 5. Good on you for the Pseudomugil rescue. And here's Jamie sending in their second fish tank ever. It is a 10-gallon, stocked with a female betta fish. Female betta fish for the win! And 5 coolie loaches. Great stocking, for real. The coolie loaches might get a little big in there, but I've seen much worse. Very beautiful and cute female betta. Got the black seared edges, a little transparent white. Very unique. Just like the scape, very unique. Straight wood jutting across the fish tank. Looks like found scape primarily, strewing across the whole tank surface with the pothos. Very good at pothos. Peep the Ponyo poster. I tried watching Ponyo twice. Both times, unfortunately, I fell asleep aggressively. 4.38 out of 5, keep it up. Interspecies schooling. This is one of the coolest things ever because, so these are a school of black neons with a school of pygmy cories. Close enough? Welcome back, black neons. It's insanely cool because they're not even close to the same type of species. They're not even all tetra species or all Corydoras species. Literal interspecies schooling. This happens a lot to schooling or shoaling fish in general, but to be this tight in schooling between a tetra species and a Corydoras, insane. Fish are a little bit racist. They can see which one looks different from them and not so different. And sometimes they can't tell the difference if it's not so different. They're more accepting of similar looking fish. That's kind of messed up actually. Zebra Daniel started eating hair algae. Is this okay? I don't know. Is it okay that you have a free and amazing thing to get rid of your algae and control it now without you doing any of the work? Is that okay with you? Bro is putting in the time. Free labor, dude. Free mechanical removal. What do you mean if it's okay? Yes, of course it's okay. Zebra Daniels, like most other fish in our fish keeping hobby, they're omnivores and most of them aren't that picky. This Zebra Daniel doesn't look like you've been starving it, so maybe it's just one of those big eaters, big backs. The most big backed Zebra Daniel and you have him in your custody. Put him to good use. PetSmart gave him to me because he was a pest. But what is he? Hey yo, what is PetSmart on, bro? That is a white cloud mountain minnow. And let me tell you, they're not no pests. I bet, here's my most educated guess in what happened. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's a white cloud. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, like you always do. Why would I even say that? You guys correcting me in the comments whether I like it or not. Hello! My most educated guess is that some PetSmart dude saw this headline or something like that where they saw that white cloud mountain minnows are a little bit invasive in certain parts of where they live, and that just something clicked in their head and they now think that all white clouds are pests. So you do have to double check with your municipality if you're allowed to keep white clouds. But to call it a pest, come on, bro, come on. One of the worst ones I've seen on TikTok. Oh man, what am I looking at here? It's one of those wall half aquariums. So like it's a bowl, but you don't even get a full bowl, you just get half, probably less than half of a bowl. I put a fish tank in my shower and I love it. If that's the only thing you want to consider when getting a pet, maybe never get a pet. I can't wait until what this person does with their kid, if they ever have a kid. I'm signing you up for all the beauty pageants and you're going to get #1 no matter what because I love it. Same energy, dude. My Platy has gamer dent. He seems fine otherwise. Should I be worried? Drawing because he won't stay still for a good picture. Wow, this is a first time for me. And that's really impressive to say since, you know, episode 329. Instead of taking a picture, which it was hard, damn, it pays to be artistic, huh? There is an illness called hole in the head, which comes from bacteria eating away at the area. It looks extremely healed over, if not scarred, so I don't think it's something recent. If it truly is scarred over and it's healed over, the fish should be fine. Hard to say if it was hole in the head, because with hole in the head, it's kind of hard for the fish to come back, even with some proper medicine. If it came back by itself, that's a fighter. So maybe it did have some gamer dent. Bro was on Fortnite and Valorant. What $200 of aquarium plants looks like. You know, some people in the comments are saying, damn, 200 for just that? I don't know about you, but in my area, yeah, this might be even like a good deal for 200. Maybe try Facebook Marketplace and other places that isn't directly linked to a store. Save some money that way, but you never really know the quality of what you're getting. The rainbow of pain. Oh shoot, you are not kidding. If your water quality test comes out like that, damn, is this a new tank? It doesn't look like it if it's a tank in the back. That doesn't look like newly set up. Something's happening with your cycle, and I think think it's broken. Rest in peace, your fish. You need to do like 100% water change yesterday. That is indeed the rainbow of pain. I feel that both ammonia and nitrite are through the roof. There is no beneficial bacteria in this tank, only diabolical bacteria. What plants will look good in my 20-gallon long? Damn, dude, you could even leave it unplanted. You could start growing some algae on those rocks, blasting it with more light than it needs. That'll look pretty nice actually. But maybe some moss if you really want it planted, maybe some buse. I would say buse up some of the places. You're not supposed to plant buse and other biophytic plants. Yes, that's true. But you see the little crevices in the bottom, near the bottom, where the sand meets the rocks? You could stick a few buse there and their roots will not rot as long as it's not fully planted. And that might give a really nice effect to the scape. I'm saying that because I don't think this substrate is fertilized, so you might not be able to use some normal stem plants. Shout out to my duckweed that died in my aquarium, but blooms in the most disgusting outside pond ever. Chinese proverb goes hard, bro. 清水无鱼 basically means clean water, no fish. Figure it out yourself. Poor neon. Y'all think my tank's big enough or do I need a bigger one? Okay, so looks like a singular little speck of a neon in the middle there, and looks like maybe a 50-gallon or 33-gallon, something like that. I hate it when people think they did something insane and amazing, and it turns out it's just like worse than the scum. I really hope this guy is just taking a video for the sake of taking a video, and then he's got like 50 other neons on standby waiting to go in. My frogbit is flowering. Holy cow, that looks like an alien proboscis looking thing. I'm glad I saw this, and it acts as a warning in case I have frogbit in the future again and they start flowering for me, which is unlikely because none of my floaters have ever flowered for me in real life, and that's a very sad thing. I am sad now. But good to know that, wow, the frogbit flower looks this freaky. Hey guys, welcome back to the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for your support and watching all the way till the end. Before I let you guys go, here's this week's Katwa! What is your favorite floater plant of all time and why? Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, please smash that like button. There'll be more videos to come, and don't forget to get your hands wet. Tetra, we in a spot coming in hot. Ventral fin dot, acclimate that. Where my shoal at, clear my fin rod from Cariciformes to Paracharodon. Hold on, there's not another fish that you can wish for. Lit famsus, I finna one. I finna gone 3 days without furt. I'm an addict, like fanatic. I'm a baddest, no tabs, only dirt. My Cory gang so loyal, black Tetra go skirt. We came to play, came to silence. Gang.